Hello students, welcome back to our grammar class. Today, we're going to dive into something essential, tenses. Tense shows when an action happens. It's the timekeeper of a sentence. Let's explore tenses and how they shape actions. Ready? Let's begin. There are three main types of tenses. Present tense. This tense tells us that an action is happening now. Past tense. This tells us that an action happened earlier. Future tense. This tense is used to talk about actions that will happen in the future. Here's a quick look at how different tenses are formed. This table shows how verbs change depending on the time of the action. Notice how simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous tenses each show a different way of expressing actions happening now, in the past, or in the future. Great! Now that we've learnt about tenses, in this video, we'll focus on the simple present tense. In future lessons, we'll explore the other tenses. The simple present tense is used to talk about actions that happen regularly or right now. It's the tense we use to describe habits, routines, and general truths. Let's look at the structure of simple present tense in different types of sentences. Affirmative sentences. In affirmative sentences, the structure is simple and follows a pattern based on the subject. For subjects like I, we, you, they, we use the base form of the verb without any changes. Check the examples given. For subjects like he, she, Emma, Chris, we add s or es to the verb. See the examples. So when the subject is I, we, you, or they, we just use the verb as it is. But when the subject is he, she, or any singular name, we add s or es to the verb. Alright students, now that we know how to form affirmative sentences, let's look at negative and interrogative sentences. Negative sentences. In negative sentences, we use do not or does not to show that something isn't happening. Here's the structure. For the words I, we, you, they, we use do not, don't. Refer to the examples provided. For subjects, he, she, Emma, Chris, we use does not, doesn't. Look at the examples shown. Interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, questions, we use do or does to ask about actions. Here's the structure. For the words I, we, you, they, we use do. For he, she, Emma, Chris, we use does. Refer to the examples provided. WH questions. In WH questions, we use WH words like why, when, where, and then follow the same structure with do or does. Check the examples. When do we use the simple present tense? We use the simple present tense to talk about general truths, that is facts. It is used for facts that are universally true and not affected by time. For example, the sun sets in the west. Habits. This describes actions or routines that happen regularly. Every morning, I brush my teeth. Rituals. This refers to actions that are repeated in a set manner or tradition. For example, children get a treat on Thanksgiving every year. Characteristics. This expresses qualities or features that are constant. For example, our parents play a very important role in our lives. Exclamatory sentences. This used to express strong feelings or surprise. For example, the moon looks so beautiful. Future actions. Indicates scheduled or planned events in the near future. For example, they leave for Mumbai next week. Conditional clauses. Describes a hypothetical situation or future possibility. For example, if I sell this car, I shall buy a new one. sayings. Reflects general advice, proverbs, or wisdom. For example, hard work pays off. Now that we've learnt about verbs, let's dive into auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are used with another verb to form tenses, negatives, and questions. These are also known as helping verbs. Some common auxiliary verbs are be, have, do. The be verbs can be used both as an auxiliary verb and as a verb of being. Let's take a look at the forms of the be verb to understand them better. Check the table below for understanding. As you can see, the be verb changes based on the subject of the sentence. Let's check a few examples. Let's continue with the present continuous tense. The present continuous tense is used to describe actions that are happening right now, at the moment of speaking. It's all about ongoing actions. Examples are given below. These verbs denote the continuity of actions. In the first example, we know the children are still in the middle of studying. In the second example, Stephen is in the middle of sleeping. To form the present continuous tense, we use the verb to be, that is, am, is, or are, plus the main verb with ing at the end. Here's how it works. Let's explore its structure in different types of sentences. Books. Affirmative sentences. In an affirmative sentence, we use the following structure. Example, he is playing football. Negative sentences. In a negative sentence, we add not after the auxiliary verb be. The structure will be, example, he is not playing football. Negative interrogative sentences. Yes, no questions. For negative interrogative sentences, the structure changes a bit. We begin with the auxiliary verb be, followed by the subject, not, the main verb with ing, and then the object or complement. The structure will be, example, is he not playing football? Check the table below for better understanding. Alright, let's practice what we've learned. Pause and solve the questions. We use the present continuous tense to refer to actions happening in the present. For example, she is walking in the park. Refer to actions or events that are most likely to happen in the future. For example, he is going out for the summer camp in Beijing. Refer to a future plan. For example, Stephen is planning to sell his house. Now that we've learned the usage, let's practice. Check the answers. Excellent effort today, everyone. Keep practicing the present tense. The more you use it, the easier it will become to express ongoing actions. See you in the next lesson. Take care until then.